Begin first at 4 right now with breaking news. Rescues underway at Unicoi County Hospital after dozens were trapped on the roof as floodwaters continued to rise.
If folks that are from that area could reach out to their families and make sure that they know that they're okay where they are, it'll help us here.
You as close as we can for a live report from Unicoi County. And evacuations are also underway where this video was taken in Roan Mountain. We're bringing you the sites of the damage from across the entire region. News Channel 11's First at 4 begins right now. We have a lot to cover this evening as rain continues to fall, bringing flooding and damage all across the region. What we know right now is that dozens of workers and patients were trapped on top of Unicoi County's hospital. This is drone video from around just before 1 o'clock this afternoon. If you look closely, you can see those on the roof waiting to be rescued as those floodwaters rose. News Channel 11's Terry Craig is at Unicoi County High School. That's where the rescues and reunifications have been happening. He's standing by with Ballad Health CEO Alan Levine. Hey, Terry.
Yeah, Ansley, of course, one of those rescues currently underway. As you can see in the background, one of the Virginia State Police helicopters just landed with a patient on board. These rescues have been going on all evening, reunifications as well. Of course, the Unicoi County Hospital flooded. Helicopters having to bring patients and staff from that location over here to the Unicoi County Hospital. And I'm standing by now with the CEO of Ballad Health, Alan Levine. Alan, first question I got for you, have you seen anything like this before?
No, I don't think very many people have. I think obviously the most important thing is the safety of our employees and the patients. And thank God, thanks to the great work of Tennessee and Virginia partnering to help us get this rescue underway, they're all safe.
And this storm moved in quick. What's going through your mind when you first originally hear that those floodwaters are getting near the hospital?
Well, we started to evacuate immediately when we were told to do so. By the time the ambulances got to the hospital was completely blocked off. The water had moved in that fast. And it obviously deteriorated much worse during the course of the day. And we were on the phone. I spoke to the TEMA director this morning, and they immediately assembled all their people and got to work trying to get us some help.
And obviously we hear the helicopter flying away. I hear that this was originally supposed to be a boat rescue, correct?
Yeah, originally they had sent boats because that seemed to be the logical way to get them out. But the problem is once the boats got to the hospital, the water deteriorated so rapidly they couldn't leave. And so we ended up having to come up with a different plan.
And you know, where are these patients currently being transported now?
Most of these patients will go to Johnson City Medical Center, and we're trying to make arrangements for the employees to get back home as well.
And you know, what's the damage like to the building right now?
I think it's a complete write-off. I mean, the building, there's no way the building's going to survive this. We'll take a look at it once the water goes down, but it's a shame. It's a brand new hospital, and but you know what? It's just a building. We can figure that out later. I'm just thankful to God and everybody that our people are safe.
And Alan, I've seen you walking around talking to patients, talking to the emergency crews here. What are they saying here on the ground?
I think what I've heard is that every one of our team members never stopped doing the best they could today to take care of the patients, and that doesn't surprise me at all. I think they're all it was a traumatic event for them. We were getting videos from the building during the event, and it was extremely traumatic for them, and we'll provide resources for them as we go forward, because I think when they go home and they start to process what they've been through, we'll be there to help them.
And about how many more patients do we have to rescue? I see another Black Hawk helicopter landing, another patient being rescued. About how many more rescues should we expect? How many more helicopters will land here?
I think this is about the last one, and they're going to bring them inside the high school here. And I want to thank Unicoi County High School and the director of schools here for allowing us to use this as a staging facility. These patients are going to leave here. You have ambulances here from Washington County, Sullivan County. They've all contributed to help us take care of these patients. And this patient will probably head right now over to Johnson City Medical Center.
All right, Alan, thank you so much. And of course, looking here in the background, a rescue still underway. Alan Levine saying just a few more patients here left to rescue. Obviously, about 50 or so patients and staff were stranded at the Unicoi County Hospital over here in Unicoi County, of course. And talking with Alan Levine, it seems that building might be a total loss. Obviously, still a relatively new building, but of course, still a few more rescues still set to happen here at the Unicoi County High School. So reporting here in Unicoi County, Terry Craig, going to send it back to you in the studio, Ansley.
Terry, thank you. We'll check back in with you in just a bit. And within the last hour, Ballot Health has also announced that they're shutting operations down at Sycamore Shoals Hospital. At this time, patients are being transferred to other area hospitals. They're asking those who are in need of emergency care to call 911 or go to the next closest hospital. We do want to show you some shocking images from all around our region that show you just how serious these conditions are right now. This is Hampton High School earlier this afternoon, and as you can see, the entire football field submerged with water. Here are photos off of Aviation Drive in Elizabethton as the crews try to clear the trees from the road there. And in Johnson County, heavy flooding and rain there too. You can see a vehicle trying to make the trek through high water. We want to get a check of the weather and the latest conditions that are happening now. Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds is standing by on our Storm Center. Hey, Mark.
Hey there, Ansley. We've definitely seen a lot of rainfall. We've been talking this for the past several days. Over the past 3 to 5 days, we've had as much as 30 inches of rain in parts of western North Carolina. You have to remember, had a stalled front, then the remnant low of Helene came over our region last night, attributing to more rainfall. I want to show you, we are looking at partly cloudy skies, still holding onto the wind warning until 8 o'clock tonight. Winds could still be gusting as high as 55 miles per hour. We've been watching that. We're going to keep that heavy wind going. But I do want to point out this fact. The center of low pressure with Helene is now well off to our northwest. We had that downsloping wind. Look how we're all beginning to clear out now. This is great news for us. Radar still showing scattered showers, but again, these bands of rain are pushing away to the west-northwest. The unfortunate part about this, as I've been talking about the past few days, that low is retrograding back to the east as we go through time tomorrow into Sunday. That's going to bring about more scattered showers and thunderstorms late in the afternoon tomorrow, and definitely tomorrow night into our Sunday, so a heads up on that, because when you look at the rainfall, look at least 24-hour period, many of us have seen torrential amounts of rainfall. Now, when you consider that our rivers that we're talking about, the Doe River and Nolichucky, they flow from North Carolina to Tennessee, so you put 30 inches of water in that region past couple of days, it's got to go somewhere, and unfortunately, that's why we saw the flooding going on there. Look at this. We're looking here at the flood stages here, crest time, as we're looking at the Nolichucky River here at Embryville. Again, it's at 9.56, and the record is 24 inches. This is expected to crest at 22 feet. We're still watching a lot of other rivers, and we'll have much more on that in the forecast in just a few more minutes.
Mark, thanks. News Channel 11's Maddie Cottaspati is also joining us this afternoon from Elizabethton. She spent the entire day across the region taking stock of the conditions area-wide. Now, Maddie, tell us, where are you and what do you see?
Ansley, I'm right here at the intersection of Broad and Riverside, and you know, we can't go any farther past here over the bridge where Broad and Academy are across this bridge, completely flooded. We're not able to go past that way. We've talked to officials who say there are some people still on that side. They're working on that right now. Now, a little bit behind me, you can see some of that runoff from under the bridge going right here. That bridge, we've been seeing splashes come up. There's been debris going under that bridge. When we were on it earlier, you could feel the bridge shake every time the debris came over. As of right now, as I said, that bridge is completely closed. Even this road here leading up to the bridge is completely closed. Officials are not letting people on this bridge for fear that it could get more flooded. But as I said, that street completely flooded. There are some emergency vehicles working over there right now. But as of right now, you know, we're just waiting to hear from more officials. We've seen we've seen police cars go by. Kingsport Life Saving Crew is here with their vehicles just in case they have to do a water rescue. As I said, Elizabethton Police was here, Life Saving Crews. Carter County Sheriff came through with some of their vehicles. I spoke to some people earlier who said that they had people in the food city that's across on this side where, you know, as I said, officials are working hard to get those people out of here, but we'll continue to keep you updated. But for now, live in Elizabethton, Maddie Cottaspati, News Channel 11.
Maddie will continue to check in with you throughout the afternoon and evening. Thanks. According to the Tennessee Department of Transportation, there were several road closures scattered all across the Tri-Cities. Route 37, 91, and 143 are all closed in Carter County. Route 31, 94, and Hawkins County are completely closed, as well as several in Washington and Hamblin counties. Stay up to date with all the closures and traffic alerts. That you can do that on our website, WJHL.com.
All right, still watching some lingering showers. Otherwise, we're drying out a bit tonight and early tomorrow. More showers, thunderstorms back tomorrow afternoon. That Storm Team forecast coming up.